So before I start this video, I want to say rest in peace to the 20-year-old victim who lost his life. His name was Eubin, okay? He lost his life after coming home from a hard day's work, supporting his family in the pool after Ghetts' reckless actions. And we can confirm it was under the influence. He has a GoFundMe page. I will put the GoFundMe page in the description, and I'll also put the link to the GoFundMe page as a pinned comment. Please support. I think they've got over £10,000 to their £16,000 goal. They want to bring his body back to his family, his grieving family. So support where you can. I appreciate you. Now let's get into the video.
Early in the morning,
Yeah, what? If I was drink driving, you know I wouldn't dare stop. It would have been a motherfucking full-on chase. The passy nose on the look on face. Left, right, skirt, reverse. Can't let these niggas try to style, man. I own the fuck up like air, what? Yeah, what? If I was drink driving, you know I wouldn't dare stop. It would have been a motherfucking full-on chase. The passy nose on the look on face. Left, right, skirt, reverse.
That clip I just showed you, I'm sure many of you have seen it. Ghetts literally said, if I'm drink driving, I wouldn't dare stop. Woo! You know, it's crazy how the world works. And I've got it on good authority. Apparently this is a common theme. It's like he manifested his own destiny with lyrics like that. Someone I know knows someone who's been in the car with him and said he would never get in the car with him again. That's how reckless this guy allegedly drives. I wouldn't know, I've never been in the car with him. But I mean, look at the lyrics. He snitched on himself before it's even happened. You understand? Now, before I actually get into the bulk of this video and talk about what we've heard in court, because I've forgotten what this guy's name is, but I'll get his name in a minute and I'll shout him out, because some guy I saw on the internet went to the court case and we've actually got confirmation he was driving under the influence of alcohol and marijuana, apparently, right? the double whammy, not just one. Before we get into that, I've got to talk about some of the most rubbed out opinions I've seen on this internet. Yeah, that's the thing about the internet. The internet is full of low IQ dons, bro. Slow-minded people. You've got the most stupid people talking about, he should have looked left and right. He should have checked when he walked on the road. Yeah, what kind of rubbed out stance is that? We've got people saying, well, we don't know what the context was, why he was driving fast. We've got people saying, oh, you know what? We're so quick to tear people in the culture down. This culture word. This culture word. You know what? Our people have been waiting for Ghetts' downfall. Are you fucking dumb? I'm embarrassed to be a part of this culture that we talk about. Yeah, the only culture I want to be a part of is holding someone accountable rather than holding pockets like a beta. Yeah, hold people accountable and don't be holding pockets like them dons in Prison Break. You know them ones there, brother. This, I don't know, man. People are slow. That's what it is, isn't it? People are slow. The reality is, a man died, a boy died, 20 years old, supporting his family back home. So if you ain't got the empathy or sympathy for that, shut the fuck up. It's as simple as that. I don't care if he was stone cold sober. We've seen the video. It's not like, I don't know, a baby ran across the road and he skidded to get out of the way to protect the baby. He spun out of control and unfortunately hit the victim. That's not what happened. Then we can empathize. Damn it, this is a tragic situation. This is truly an accident. We done seen the video. We know what happened. Even if he was stone cold sober, he would have attempted to swerve. We would have heard a crash. He would have had some sort of remorse. Maybe he would have got out. I don't give a fuck about no panic. Doesn't matter if you panic, you don't drive off unless you're a coward. We would have seen some sort of reaction. There was no reaction. He drove through him. Literally through him at what looked at about 100 miles an hour. I know it went 100 miles an hour, but it looked about 70. You know what I'm saying? In a residential. No one does that if they're clear of mind. No one drives that fast. I'm gonna play a video and shout out the man who went to the court. I'm gonna get his name. All right, the guy goes by the name of Man Like Rage. Yeah, shout out you, Man Like Rage, car. He's gone to the court case, and this is what we've heard. So I'm gonna play some footage, and yeah, let's continue in a minute.
The prosecutors explained that Ghetts knocked over the individual and threw him up to 60 to 70 feet. He was left bleeding from his head. A member of the public went to help once they saw the individual on the floor with his items scattered in the street. He was bleeding from his head and he had a pool of blood beside him. The member of public said he was non-responsive, so they began to give him CPR until the ambulance came.
Let's stop there briefly. Eubin got flung 60 to 70 feet. There was no chance of survival after such a such blunt force trauma from the car itself and the fall. Do you know what 50 to 60 feet looks like? Imagine what happens when your head bounces off the pavement. Brother.
He had 2 collapsed lungs, fracture to the brain, and suffered cardiac arrest. A motorist who witnessed the incident gave Ghetts' car registration to the police. Police then went to his address hours later, and he seemed to not remember, and he asked the police, "What car was I driving?"
This bit I found so interesting. He seemed not to remember what car was he driving. That suggests 2 things. The first thing, which is obviously it's the police at his door, no comment type shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't remember nothing. What's going on? What are you talking about? What car was I driving? Yeah, he just wants the evidence presented to him before he admits any sort of guilt. Like a coward, obviously. This ain't no gang violence. This is a civilian. So it's cowardice, in my opinion. Yeah, and this is someone who supported Ghetts for his whole damn career. You feel me? But again, I'm not a sheep. You feel me? I literally just call a spade, and I tell it what it is. I don't put people on pedestals. I would never want anyone to put me on a pedestal. I'm a nobody. So I would never put someone on a pedestal. If someone does something like this, it's madness. But anyway, and the second theory is that that's how waved he was. You know what I'm saying? That's how under the influence he was. He may not have even remembered.
They searched this house and found the key for his BMW, but they couldn't see the car. They then searched the local area around his house and found that the car was parked away from his property, even though he had a parking space on his drive. The CCTV at his home address showed that Ghetts was the only person to get out of the car wearing the same clothing on the night. They saw the significant damage to the car with a cracked windscreen and missing side mirror that was found on the scene and was linked to his vehicle.
So that proves that the video that we saw was 100% Ghetts, because we saw that the damage to the car there was remnants in the road, the side mirror and these things. The car was obviously battered and he decided to park it elsewhere for whatever reason. It also proves that he was the only one behind the wheel. No, he can't say that, someone else was driving, did a runner. He's the only one that got out of the vehicle, you feel me? Ghetts is the person that took this poor boy's life. And honestly, I can't get over some of the opinions I've seen. People who are like established in the industry, men, women, well-known names in the industry, just chatting complete shit. No objectivity, no nothing, just sellouts, man, absolute sellouts.
He was then taken to Islington police station. They also took a mouth swab which was positive for cannabis, and a breathalyzer, which was also positive for alcohol on his breath. He said that his car had collided with another car, but the motorist obviously saw different. CCTV from the petrol station on the same night of the incident shows Ghetts get out of the car, fill up petrol and go to pay. It shows he was the only person in the car as he walked away and locked the doors. Police also accessed cell site information that shows his journey along the roads that the collision had happened. He was interviewed by police and gave a no comment interview all the way and gave no access to his mobile phone at the time.
So yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. I think there's a part 3, but I ain't preed it yet. That's all I needed to see. That's all I needed to hear. Yeah, the confirmation for any doubters out there who thought he was sober or clear of mind. Is that what someone sober or clear of mind would do? Act like that or drive that fast or that recklessly? So not only was he under the influence of alcohol, he was high as well. He'd been smoking. Big, famous, rich Ghetts. I ain't saying don't drink. I'm not saying don't smoke. But I am saying don't get behind the wheel. Especially when you're that rich, you can afford a taxi. You can you're Ghetts. You could probably get a girl to take you home. Get someone else to drive your car. As he said, cell site, under the influence, CCTV. He's finished. He's cooked. No comment interviews. It's in his best interest to just admit guilt and suffer the consequences for this. It's in his best interest. Fact. As I said in my last video, ain't no one high and mighty here. Sadly, I regret to admit that drink driving was not a rarity for me in my life, and it hasn't been. So ain't no one on a high horse. But the reality is, I've strived my whole life to be better. And I think I'm what did I say the other day? I was 30 odd days sober. I'm like 34, 35 days sober now. And I'm 30 years old. Yeah, if you're still behaving like this at big man age, doing balloons in the car like a stupid clown, or getting behind the wheel when you're burst, this is the real life consequences. Do you understand what I'm saying? This is factually the real life consequences. This is what we're dealing with here. You feel me? Could have been anyone. If it was your brother, your sister, your uncle, your dad, your mum, you'd be pushing for the longest punishment, the full extent of the law. Fact. But it's some random Nepalese 20-year-old Donny. We don't know him. This is just part and parcel of the game. The man them like to drink and drive. It is what it is. Like, honestly, man, can't believe it. The lack of empathy for a life taken because of stupidity. He would literally be alive if Ghetts wasn't so dumb that night. Fact. You know, even the lyrics. In fact, there's even footage. I don't know if I can be bothered to play it, but there's even footage of Ghetts being arrested before for something similar. So this is not a one-off or a mistake. This is a pattern. Do you understand? This is a pattern. So Ghetts is exactly where he needs to be. And let this be a lesson, man. Let this be a lesson. He just because he's one of the UK's golden childs the year, I don't give a fuck about that. Yeah, let this be a lesson. If you've got blessings, don't fuck it up with stupidity. Whether you're some rapper and you go back to jail for trapping or whatever, you take your blessings and run with them. Stop being caught in this crabs in a bucket cycle, rat race, whatever it is. Stop getting caught in it. Do better. Make better choices. I've made so many bad choices in my life, and I'm just grateful by the grace of God that I've still got my health. I'm still healthy. You know, I'm on the right path. You understand? And boy, madness, man. Honestly, crazy. Yeah, rest in peace to Eubin, man. Rest in peace. My condolences to the family. Yeah, and as I said, the GoFundMe is in the description and the link. Please support when you've got a second. Stay safe out there, guys. Stay blessed. Stay vigilant, man. Peace.